afternoon and welcome to the annual Thrift Club Awards. The Thrift Club is Youth Savers Division of the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. My name is Krishanda Miles and I am the Vice President of the Thrift Club Advisory Committee. Throughout the program, you will meet the rest of the Advisory Committee who will help present this afternoon's awards in various capacities. Every year, our credit union invites Thrift Club members who are in good financial standing to submit their results of select national and regional examinations. The Scholarship and Awards Committee, comprising of members and employees of the credit union, review the submissions and select the recipients. On behalf of all the parents and students who submitted, we say thank you and congratulate you for your efforts. This afternoon, we will celebrate the winners for the 2021 Thrift Club Awards. In previous years, the Thrift Club Advisory Committee hosted a live event, but due to the pandemic, we are hosting the entire event online. But don't worry, we will have interesting presentations, fantastic entertainment, and of course, this year's recipients will have their moment to shine when they receive their awards. As we celebrate this afternoon with our fellow Thrift Club members, we want to set the tone of appreciation with an opening prayer. I invite the Secretary of the Advisory Committee, Sister Christiane, to offer a prayer of thanks for our youth members, their parents, teachers, and of course our credit union.
Thank you, Sister Krishanda. I invite all of you who are viewing today, please join me in this prayer. Let us pray. Gracious God, we ask your blessing upon these young women and men who we honor today for their academic achievements. We celebrate their brimming potential and focused effort. We're grateful that they and their families engage these individuals intellectually, morally, and spiritually. Father, we remember the work of teachers, the men and women who have trained and now use their skills in educating our people. We acknowledge their work and we seek to understand the joys, the stresses, and the strains they feel in their daily work. Thank you for their confidence to discover and explore new possibilities and knowledge to discern what is right and good and just. Enable us to draw upon the wisdom and experience of yesterday as we respond to the questions and concerns of tomorrow. Support our honored students and their mentors as they continue to make a difference in the world and lead a life for the greater of this nation. Amen.
Thank you, Sister Christiane. To officially welcome you to the Thrift Club Award ceremony, I would like to introduce the Chief Operating Officer, Brother Richard Kennedy.
Today I am pleased to offer remarks at this year's 2021 Thrift Club Awards. And, as with most things these days, due to the pandemic, we have had to find new and innovative ways to do things, and the Thrift Club has been no different, as we have been able to do the proverbial pivot. And this year, we are successfully presenting our awards virtually. The new Thrift Club Advisory Committee will now have the opportunity to lead the Thrift Club in a time where innovation is expected, and you are allowed to think of new and exciting initiatives to lead the Thrift Club. I wish to congratulate you on your appointments, and I too am very excited to observe the work on the various programs of the club that you will continue to lead during your time on the Advisory Committee. The Thrift Club is the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union's unique opportunity to involve our young members in the credit union movement, teaching you the importance of managing your money, teaching others about the importance of financial management, and providing financial support for our young persons as they pursue their various personal goals. As a committee, you have the chance to continue these programs to ensure as many schools as possible are actively involved in our school savers program, to be the part of a team that successfully hosts our summer camp again in 2022 after missing out due to the impact of the pandemic, and one that will encourage as many of your friends to join the Thrift Club and give them the chance of being one of our annual grant and scholarship winners. Of our many programs, I am particularly happy to see the ongoing success of our grants and scholarships, which celebrates the academic accomplishments of our Thrift Club members over the years. They continue to provide much valued support for our members as they pursue their varied academic goals. I wish to especially congratulate this year's recipients, who will be recognized further along in our awards ceremony. Overall, I am pleased to see a strong and bright future of the credit union movement in Barbados through the activities of our Thrift Club. So, to the Thrift Club Advisory Committee, members and award recipients, you represent the future of the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, our largest locally owned financial institution. You and your efforts will help us in our goal to continue to be the financial partner to our members, providing them with means for enhancing their financial, economic, and social well-being. To all, I wish you continued success in all your endeavors, and may you continue to enjoy this year's virtual awards ceremony.
Thank you, Brother Kennedy. As a brand new committee, we are excited to be the voice of the Thrift Club for the upcoming year. We appreciate that our credit union has given us an opportunity to provide feedback on what matters to the young members and have considered many of the suggestions made by the previous committees over the years. Let's now meet the entire Thrift Club Advisory Committee. We will be adding some links in the chat so that you can find out more about the Thrift Club and how you can become involved. You can also go to our social media pages to get our latest information. We look forward to putting our stamp on the Thrift Club initiatives. And now I introduce the Thrift Club Advisory Committee President, Sister Patrice Savory Ferguson, to provide the report on our planned activities for the upcoming year.
Thank you for your introduction, Sister Shanti. Good day. As previously stated, my name is Patrice Savory Ferguson, and I am the President of the Thrift Club Advisory Committee. Uncertainty. It is what we are all faced with right now. As Margaret Drabble once said, when nothing is sure, everything is possible. This situation we are currently faced with made me realize that even in the midst of the most uncertain times of our lives, we can still find opportunities to make these seemingly bad situations better, and that is what we intend to do as a committee. It has been about 3 months since this current advisory committee was installed, and it has been a great 3 months, might I add. The enthusiasm, excitement, and brilliant ideas that have been communicated is beyond amazing. I don't think I need to elaborate on the possibilities that exist when young enthusiastic minds collaborate for the betterment of their fellow colleagues. The process of determining our specific roles on the committee was quite simple for us, as our specific roles and areas of interest were evident in the profiles submitted to the credit union for consideration. From the very beginning, we identified 3 main areas of focus. Areas for improvement which would allow us as a committee to connect more significantly with the over 20,000 youth members of our credit union. These specific areas of focus are event planning and promotions, communications including social media and print, and financial capability and empowerment. To ensure that none of the key areas are neglected, we also assign each of our flow members specific responsibility. I encourage you awardees to hold us as a committee accountable for improving our networking and communication with you, as well as advocating for more impactful opportunities for youth and financial literacy education. So far as a new committee, we have benefited from training in social media engagement and content planning. This is in preparation for increased engagement on our Thrift Club social media platforms. I want to encourage those of you who use social media to follow us on both Instagram and Facebook. This is an excellent way to ensure that you continue to be aware of the many benefits of Thrift Club membership. In addition to our social media training, we had the opportunity to sponsor and share financial literacy tips to the Kids' Choice radio listeners on Starcom's Life 97.5 FM radio. With approximately 1 month left until the start of a new year, we also look forward to continuing our annual tradition of hosting a charitable Christmas event to ensure that the less fortunate children can be guaranteed at least one gift for the season. Christmas is meant to be a joyous season, and with the onset of the pandemic, life has not been the same for many, unfortunately. We hope that our participation and assistance will put a smile on many faces this Christmas season. We also intend to launch our podcast in January, where we will discuss all things finance and interview many knowledgeable persons along the way. This information is intended to be highly beneficial to youth and young adults. Additionally, in the coming year, we hope to resume our annual camps, parties, and events that were postponed due to the onset of the pandemic, such as the Easter workshop and summer camp. Last but not least, our student-run branches have been on pause somewhat with the switch to online school. In previous years, our student volunteers worked tirelessly to ensure that the students at their respective schools took advantage of early saving regardless of the amount. At this time, I would like to make special mention of our student volunteers from the Springer Memorial School. All reports are that they remained very committed to the task at hand up until their recent graduation from school. Unfortunately, we were not able to meet and thank them formally, but nonetheless to Rihanna Weeks, Tian Brathwaite, Tashana Harding, Elua Wilson, Danae Hoyt, and Janaya King, we say a huge thank you for your service. We join with your principal and teacher guides, Mr. Atwell and Miss Ben, in appreciation.
Thank you, Sister Patrice. At every Thrift Club Awards ceremony, we use the opportunity to showcase young Barbadian talent. The only difference of this year, we will showcase 2 performers instead of 1. The first performance comes from a group of musicians who have been performing together for just over a year. They specialize in pop, R&B, funk, as well as Caribbean music forms, including soca and Afro beats. Please enjoy this performance by the group who goes by the name Untitled.
at these awards, we feature a youth leader who shares inspirations and insights to motivate our awardees. This year, we will be taking a slightly different approach and taking a look back. This is what we call our Where Are They Now segment. This is a new role for all of us, and the pandemic has not provided us with the opportunities to meet and engage with some of the previous Thrift Club Advisory Committee members. We will therefore be catching up with some of them, young people just like ourselves. We will hear of their successes, their fond memories of the Thrift Club activities, and how their involvement in Thrift Club has helped them. With any luck, we may receive some advice for all of us as the next generation of credit union leadership, and hopefully so much more. They will be interviewed by our Thrift Club liaison at the credit union, Sister Stacy Motley, and we are sure it will be a trip down memory lane for her as well, having been the in-house champion of the committee for the past 15 years. Let's take a look.
Hi guys, it's a pleasure to have you here and really good to be able to have this opportunity to catch up with you and find out where you are at now, and we probably will take a little bit of a trip down memory lane. I'm really excited about this opportunity. So my first question for you is, can you just state your name and tell us how long you've been credit union members and a part of Thrift Club?
Usually I say ladies first, but I'll take the opportunity now. I'm Chad Monaville, and not to age myself, I've been a part of the credit union movement for about 15 years now.
And my name is Shaquem Bell, and I have been a part of the credit union for over 22 years.
And based on that, I'm assuming I'm the youngest. My name is Abigail Johnson, and I think I've probably been about a part of the credit union for about 12 or so years now.
My name is Brad Ashby. I am 26 years old, and I've been a member of the credit union for as long as I could remember. My parents signed me up when I was really young, so as far back as I can remember is how long I've been a credit union member.
And a major part of that time with the credit union movement has been your Thrift Club membership, which means that you've been young members of the credit union, credit union body for quite some time. And that membership in Thrift Club has taken you to the point where you have served on our Thrift Club Advisory Committee. Yeah, each of you have been former members of the Thrift Club Advisory Committee, some of you holding senior roles and so on. I think from what I can recall, Shaquem was president of the Thrift Club Advisory Committee at some point, and perhaps Abigail, I can't recall if you held the post of president as well. So can you just tell us a bit about what you can recall from your role on the committee and perhaps some of your fondest memories during that time?
Okay, so for me, being president and secretary as well, it was all about teamwork, ensuring that we encourage those who are upcoming members of the Thrift Club to understand the importance of financial literacy, and there's more than just it's more than just money. It's about managing your money and seeing yourself down the future.
When I first joined the committee, I was a floor member, and then I moved over to secretary, I think, and then I ended off as the vice president. My role would have been just to, support the committee and the entire Thrift Club as best as I can, planning events and kind of giving an input, allowing you and everybody else to understand what the opinions and stuff of the general members were. And when I think about it's so difficult to just pin on one memory, right? The retreats at Higher Heights, those are always great. I think that one of the highlights to me were the Easter seminars. Those are always great. I made a lot of good connections and friendships, long-lasting friendships, people that I still know to this day. But I think probably the main highlight in my mind whenever I think about the Thrift Club is maybe went to St. Lucia to the Credit Union Youth Conference. Now that was really interesting to me just because it was it was interesting to see the credit union movement beyond Barbados, and realize that it was just, it was more than just what we were accustomed to. But even though their culture was different, I found that a lot of the core principles and the values, especially when it comes to serving the members and serving the community, they always remain consistent. And I had never been to St. Lucia at the time, so that really stands out in my mind.
I remember, I have some of those fond memories as well. Yes, the trips to St. Lucia as part of the St. Lucia Cooperative Youth Conference, as well as, yes, those times at Higher Heights. They're really, really good times that we were able to have. So you've moved on now, and we're probably going to skip back a little bit to your time on the committee, but you moved on now, and I just want to hear from you in terms of, how has this experience shaped you? You're studying, all of you are studying. Some of you, I believe, are in the work environment now, and how has your involvement with Thrift Club, the fact that you've had the opportunity to benefit from some financial literacy, education, and so on, how has that impacted or affected your work life, your study life, living on your own now because you're overseas, you're studying, those kinds of things? Did it play any part in preparing you for those opportunities?
Yeah, so as I said, the Thrift Club experience has been very important. I always credit it with, particularly in my formative years, being able to learn the art of public speaking. And those skill sets have gone on to bode me well. And I've spoken in almost every continent on the earth. And again, the Thrift Club was very important for that. Equally, in my professional career, interfacing with clients all over the Caribbean, those skill sets have been extremely important, and it has allowed me to be what I call a quintessential professional. The skill sets of collaborative work, the skill sets of financial management actually was also go hand in hand with my own personal development and my own career, because I'm a mathematical guy. I like numbers and so on. So again, opportunities to build that financial background, opportunities to work collaboratively within teams, and equally opportunities to give back. Those have been very important, and those are some soft skills that have been extremely beneficial to my journey thus far.
Yes, thank you, guys. So we mentioned before that we now have a new advisory committee, and I just want to hear from you any advice, any tips you would have for not only the committee members, but generally any young person who may be contemplating becoming involved in the credit union movement, and perhaps even serving on the Thrift Club Advisory Committee going forward.
I suppose I'll start. Now are completely different times. You're obviously experiencing COVID, so the interaction that you would be able to have as a group is substantially limited, but do not allow that to limit the opportunities that you can have, the connections that you can make. Use this as a learning experience, as a stepping stone, and it builds character development. So go in with a blank mind, a fresh face, and just be willing and open to experiencing whatever it is that comes your way. And you will have phenomenal experiences. You just have to give yourself the opportunity to experience it. Don't be discouraged, don't be dissuaded, and you're absolutely going to enjoy it.
For me, speaking directly to anyone out there who's looking to get involved in the Thrift Club Advisory Committee, my advice to you would simply to just do it. As Abigail mentioned, these are uncertain times. You may have to change how you would typically interact, but again, the technology has been important. Right now, I speak to you sitting in the UK, but technology facilitates that. So therefore, while you may have to utilize technology to speak with the members of your committee, and then equally speak to members of Barbados, citizens of Barbados, and members of the credit union movement, the avenues are there. serving on the Thrift Club Advisory Committee is an opportunity to interact with like-minded individuals, people who are have a passion for financial literacy and see it as a necessary skill set. It's an opportunity to learn about money management, but most importantly, as I always say, as you attain knowledge, the most important thing is to share it, and that is a rewarding feeling for any young person. And again, it is about being able to go through the various process, because you will come in. I agree with Abigail. You come in with a blank mind, but you build on each other's strengths and using that as an opportunity to better yourself and equally better the members of the credit union movement. Equally, it is a tremendous opportunity. I remember when I first joined, one of the skill sets that I was able to put from theory into practice is varying leadership styles. You're serving in the leadership capacity of the various members of the Thrift Club, and you get to see in practice between autocratic leadership, democratic leadership, laissez-faire, and you get to, at that early age of your life, you get to understand what type of leader are you, what situations calls for different leadership styles, and so on. So it's a tremendous opportunity to any young person out there who's thinking about joining the credit union. My advice to you is to simply just do it.
Okay, my advice, I would encourage any young person to take full advantage of what the credit union has to offer. Not only wait until you get old to decide, I want to be a part of such a organization. You go in, as Abigail said, go in with a blank mind. You work as a team. You understand what the credit union is about first of all, and you keep that in mind while going through being on the committee. The credit union is a membership-owned organization, so it's not only that you can be on these committees now as a young person, but because there are different committees that you can serve as you grow older, you'll be able to have that experience as a young person that you can carry on to those committees when you get older as well. So I would always encourage young persons that I know to join and take full advantage of the Thrift Club opportunities that are there.
I think that I would consider myself to be an introvert, and I think that being a member of the Thrift Club really helped me to begin to step out of my comfort zone and step out of my box, especially as it relates to public speaking. I think that I don't even think I would have been able to participate in a forum like this had I not been given that initial push from the credit union and the Thrift Club to start to cultivate those skills. And those things have really helped me as I go on to university and as I enter the workforce. It's made it easier for me to navigate not only large crowds, but one-on-one conversations that I may have struggled with before. And it's really just the fact that the credit union was able to present that opportunity for me to get that practice, to have the encouragement to meet new people, to learn the value of networking, understanding what to expect as I, going to university, going to work, and just kind of navigating that new space that I'm going into. And also, managing the fact that I consider myself to be an introvert. I struggle with certain conversations, but that encouragement, that guidance that I got from the credit union really, really helped me a lot.
Thank you, guys. This has been a pleasure. Really enjoyed having this chance to sit down and catch up with each of you. Like I said, it was a very pleasant trip down memory lane, and it makes me so proud to have been a part of your journeys. And the credit union, by extension, is also, I'm sure, extremely pleased as a financial institution to see the progress that you're making throughout your lives and knowing the contribution that we as an organization has made to it. And we wish you continued success in every single aspect of your life and look forward as well to seeing you continue to contribute, to be, to be probably future volunteers within the credit union movement, because the credit union movement is, as you know, a volunteer-based organization. So we really look forward to, once you've wrapped up on your studies and so on, and you have a little free time, that you come back and serve on some of our elected official committees as well. We really look forward to that. I am sure that our board of directors and our senior management and staff will endorse my comments in that regard. All right, so thank you very much, and it has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Pleasure indeed.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks once again to Sister Shaquem Bell, Sister Abigail Johnson, Brother Brad Ashby, and Brother Chad Monerville for your contribution to the credit union and for sharing your experiences with us. We are now at the highlight of this event, the awards presentation. We acknowledge the hard work and commitment of the Scholarship and Awards Committee for their work to review and process all of the applications. Our thanks goes out to Valencia Cumberbatch, Donna Evelyn, Keith Bourne, Gail Grant, Shakira Hackett, Stacy Motley.
At the time of this recording, the results of the Barbados Scholarship and Exhibition were not announced. Therefore, the award recipients in these categories will be acknowledged in a future communication.
This afternoon, we celebrate our award winners in various categories. The first group of awardees is in the post-secondary category. The recipient of the Ralph Boyce Scholarship, University of the West Indies, Dane Cadogan. The next awardees are for the academic achievement in the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, and the recipients are Eliana Bascom, Naomi Cambridge, Layla Chin Clark, Maya Clark, Kimar Collymore, Shanna Earl, Brandon Morris, Krishanda Miles, Christiane Spooner, Shalia Wood. Congratulations and well done.
The next awardees are for academic achievement in the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate Examinations, and the recipients are Joshua Bascom, Tashiro Ben, Kaya Brathwaite, Stefan Davis, Sarah Drayton, Zaria Elcock, Danica Fagan, Adrian Frederick, Josiah Granum, Debrianna Hickson, Shamika Jackson, Shalia Maynard, Kamara Rowe, Elena Scantleberry, Delano Small, Michaela Waterman. Congratulations to you all.
We now move on to academic achievement for the boys in the Barbados Secondary School Entrance Examination, and the recipients are Kais Belgrave, Arun Diange, Zane Gaskin, John Ross Gittins, Samuel Grinnage, Logan Lynch, Jelani Marshall, Darren Messiah, Giovanni Pennigan, Nathan Reed. Finally, we share the girls with academic achievement in the Barbados Secondary School Entrance Examination. Leela Augustine, Zaria Baptiste, Kayla Batson, Kiara Dare, Mashonte Jackson, Mika King, Jazara Levine, Haley Merritt, Trinity Simpson, Kimora Toppin. Congratulations to all our awardees. Well done.
We are coming to the close of the ceremony, but we are excited to have one more performance. This young Barbadian performer, musician, and songwriter is a student at Queen's College and a past Thrift Club Award recipient. In 2019, he released 5 songs in his pursuit to be an international artist. His motto and life mission, dreams over everything, inspired part of his stage name. I believe that with his drive, you will be soon very familiar with his name. Welcome, our next performer, Doje.
To have you back, I give anything up inside my power. Just to see your face, have you here for one more hour. Sick of going to your tombstone and laying flowers. Right now, wishing heaven had some visiting hours. I try to tell my story and they say they understand. But how'd you feel if your mother wasn't in God's plan? I can't do a thing, my life is in his hands. But it left a hole that will last for a lifespan. You never get it till you see it from my point of view. I don't even feel blessed when I'm saying I chew. My mama gone, left behind kids 5 and 2. My daddy's heartbroken, his heart isn't too. You know it's funny, the innocence of a child. I was happy when I saw my mama coming down the aisle with her eyes closed, even gave her a little smile. If I can't control myself, I'll probably be in juvenile. I wanna meet you up in the sky. I hope that you recognize your child. You recognize a child. I wanna meet you in the sky. I don't want my angels to cry. I hope that you recognize your child. You recognize a child. Yeah, I lost my queen, got stuck with a whole bunch of jokers. Didn't know then, but I know cause I'm older. Pain burning deep, but my heart gets colder. Probably give my life just so that I could hold her. If you know what go through my mind at night when it's dark, you wonder if I find frostbite on my heart. And when I go to church, they say the battle for the Lord. But I'm through fighting battles, man, I swear that this a war. I wanna meet you in the sky. I don't want my angels to cry. I hope that you're recognize your child. You recognize a child. I wanna meet you in the sky. I don't want my angels to cry. I hope that you recognize your child. You recognize a child. I lost my queen, got stuck with a whole bunch of jokers. Didn't know then, but I know cause I'm older. Pain burning deep, but my heart gets colder. Probably give my life just so that I could hold her. If you know what go through my mind at night when it's dark, you wonder if I find frostbite on my heart. And when I go to church, they say the battle for the Lord. But I'm through fighting battles, man, I swear that this a war. I wanna meet you in the sky. I don't want my angels to cry. I hope that you're recognize your child. You recognize a child. I wanna meet you in the sky. I don't want my angels to cry. I hope that you recognize your child. You recognize your child. hope that you recognize a child. You recognize a child. I wanna meet you in the sky. I don't want my angels to cry. I hope that you recognize your child. You recognize your child. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Thank you, Doji, for that amazing performance. Congratulations again to all of the awardees. It is truly wonderful to see your hard work pay off, isn't it? We wish you continued success in your current and future studies and endeavors. Our sincere thanks goes out to the Board of Directors, Management, and team at the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited for your continued support. Thanks to Brother Kennedy for your welcoming remarks. I also thank all of the other presenters, my fellow Thrift Club advisory members. Again, thanks to Doje and the band Untitled for your entertainers who participated in our event. A special thanks to the Thrift Club liaison, Sister Stacy Motley, for all of her assistance. Finally, thanks to everyone who is watching us from your homes, on your phones, tablets, computers, wherever you might be. Remember, the Thrift Club is more than just money. So remember to visit all of our social media channels via Instagram, Facebook, or you could even visit the website itself to find out how you can get involved with us. Thank you and goodbye.
It's more than just money. Join the credit union Thrift Club. It's more